I'm not your gossip girl, I'm the headline. Truth with a curve, baby, redefine. Welcome to the thirst trap. All the truth looks good in a tight wrap. We talk love, power, so let's in. Turn the world on, let the light in. Yeah, the thirst trap news. You'll drink it up, it's the real you. They've been trying to thirst real news, where every headline's a revelation.
Hey, everybody. Guess what? We're also live on YouTube. So, for all of you here on Instagram, if you want a better video experience, clearer screen, widescreen, you can see my whole set, my whole office, and there's a chat. Head on over to Thirst Trap News on YouTube. Hit subscribe there, and then you can watch my live from there. I would love to get everybody that's on Instagram like transferred over to YouTube, just because like it's built better for video. And then I also have YouTube and Rumble. But hi, all of you! Oh my gosh, it looks beautiful on YouTube. I gotta deal with like the unbalancedness of this camera, but like sometimes I just really go like that. Yeah. I can't deal with something that's asymmetrical unless it's a haircut. So, hey Manny, thank you for the flowers. I'm glad you made it, Dave, Nikki, Andy, Bob, Scotty. Oh, let's see. Kofefe, Corn Pop. Hey, brought back the Kofefe. That made me laugh. SEAL Team 6 is here. Hi, buddy. How are you doing? Lance Smith, Chuck. Y'all share my live stream. Bring people on. We gotta get this thing popping off. Although I gotta say, if you're just not getting here and you want a better experience, go over to YouTube. I got a live chat going on YouTube. I got the live stream going on Thirst Trap News on YouTube. So it's so much better. I saw a bunch of people dropped off the Instagram when I mentioned that. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So Stan, Yellowtail, SEAL Team 6. Yes. So I'm switching between the windows to see like who is chatting on the YouTube. And then I'll just spend time on the service that has the most chit chat. But OBS is my streaming software. It is built where I can have the chat and the Instagram chat showing at the same time. So, but I had a freaking, hey Leo, hey Jeff, Cardi. But I had a good day today. Took my kid to the mall to Hot Topic because I'm going to get her some gift certificates for Christmas from Hot Topic. And then she did like the bungee jumping thing. And then we came home, played with the puppies, did some Christmas decorations. And then we went out to eat. Me and her, we like to go to Hot Pot on Saturdays. And then we came home and did more Christmas decorating. So it was a good day. But yes, just so y'all know, there is better video quality on YouTube. So far we don't have any viewers over there yet, but this is the first stream on YouTube. It looks like it's not. Oh, it's okay. It's delayed. It's anyway, go back to Instagram, please. My youngest daughter is 12 and my oldest daughter is 19 and my son, RIP, is 16. You've been following my updates on my daughter. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not something I can keep quiet about. I know one day she'll probably be angry with me about it, for talking about it, but later she'll understand. Marty says, I hope all is well. All is well. I hope all is well with you. I had a really great day with my younger daughter, so that was nice. Papi Churro says, hi, beautiful. Saying hi from the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful. I heard it's pretty out there. There's the YouTube link in the chat posted by Ryan. Just saying hi from Key Largo, Florida. And there's the YouTube link again. You can actually click it in the chat if you want to go over to YouTube and check that out. All right. So, guess what do y'all think about MTG? Calling it quits. At first, I was really freaking irritated with her for doing that because there's so many people like me who fought tooth and nail to get in there and should be in there, who rightfully would be in there. But I was running during the cycle when Biden was doing all the cheating during Arctic Frost. So there's that. And I was one of the ones being spied on. And the fact that she threw in the towel pissed me off because I'm just like, we need you now more than ever. But her video was so ominous. It was like, there's no hope. There is no plan to save America. It's going to be a globalist world. And that's what's happening. And I was like, well, we still need you in there. We still need white hats in there. However, I had the Holy Spirit correct me and be like, listen, it's a good thing she's quitting because this is a calling. It needs to be a calling. And if it ain't calling you no more, then get the hell out of there. It's just scary to think of who might be taking her place. You know what I mean? Let's see, going back to the chat. Hey, Luna. Hope Andy said he hopes I'm having a better day. Thank you. Hey, from the OC. What's up? You thought that the Marjorie was AI for a minute? I could tell it wasn't AI because she was reading. I could see her eyes scrolling. Try to say, let's see. Justin says, try to say this. I'm for Salty Nacogdoches, Georgia. From MTG is not my district, but Chad Wright has just asked her to come on his podcast to discuss why she resigns. We'll see. We're counting on you. I often worry about the world my son will grow up in. Me too, Marty. Me too. My daughter says hi. She's Papi Chulo. I don't understand the rest of your message, but tell your daughter I said hi. And hello over in Detroit. LP, what's going on? And then did you see Candace Owens? Is that on the list? It is? Perfect. Oh my God. Candace Owens post today. Oh. All right. Here's what I got on the menu for you guys. The Irish Army. The Irish Army. Send ICE into Dearborn. Patriots march in Dearborn. Rabbi Man talk. This one's for the Muslims. Make Britain great again. Islam ain't compatible with the West. Shira law sucks. Genocidal agenda. 6 votes for Mamdani. OnlyFans for teens. You heard me right. Pray for Candace Owens. Bill Burr on babies. Island murder plot. Trump cucks Mamdani. Big ass cat. Snake prank. I wonder if the snake prank involves an actual snake or a metaphor for a snake. Ah, you lived by Dearborn, eh? What color and brand is your lipstick? This is a clear, like, moisturizing gloss that has a pH. Mary, it's got like a pH thing. So this one, Mary, if you send me a DM, I will send it to you. But you can buy like red, pink, and orange, like a peach. This is the peach one. It's not actually like hardcore peach, pink or red, because it has to work with your pH and give your lips like a natural color. So that's what I used. And then U94468 says, I don't know what you just wrote. Trump owns Mondani. Yeah, he does. He made him his bitch this week. It was great. Absolutely, Miss Mary. All right. My daughter says hi, and her name is Luna. Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay. She's got a great name. Nice, magical, spiritual name. All right. Dearborn has always been a Middle East. You'll be driving and all. Interesting. I've never heard of Dearborn, Michigan until all of this Muslim talk, because apparently it's a thing out there. You can come see what it looks like if you want to walk around this way. Yeah, just watch the cord. But let's see, let me look. All of a sudden, Middle East. That's Fabian. Not John Rico. Okay, that's a new name I haven't seen on here. Welcome to the Thirst Trap News, where we thirsty for some for some news. West Bloomfield kid, so remember Dearborn. I feel like when I was watching images of Dearborn, I felt like I seen a movie film there, but I could be pulling that out of nothing. It just felt really familiar looking at it, but I know I've never been there. I've only been to, what's the big city in Michigan? Yes, Detroit. And Detroit had a really beautiful airport, and we didn't go out. It was not safe to go out, but where we did go eat, there were hobos everywhere. So yeah. Okay, let's get into our first video. The Irish Army.
Citizens of Ireland, we address you tonight with a heavy heart, but with a firm resolve. We are the Irish Citizen Army, also known as the ICA, formed as of the 7th of June 2025. We created the rebirth of the ICA of 1913. We are all citizens.
Is this real? I wonder if this is real. I know I've got a couple Irish listeners. If one of y'all could let me know if this is real.
Fathers,
If this is real, then wonderful.
mothers, sons, and daughters, driven to finally take action on the intolerable corruption which is forced on us by the Irish and British governments. We also believe that the British government has no
Yeah, see, you know what their mistake was? Is they're not Scottish.
right in Ireland, has never had any right in Ireland, and never can have any right in Ireland.
Well, I don't think it's like the IRA, because what I think it's like is like a watchdog group that is there to protect like the women and children, basically.
We represent all of Ireland's 32 counties. We refuse to witness the suffering of our citizens. Our Irish citizens refuse to be treated as second-class citizens on their own island.
Amen, brother.
We, the ICA, refuse to witness our heritage and
That's
culture being erased.
my cousin kinfolk up
to
there.
Witness the suffering and killing of innocent Irish citizens.
Welcome, Mike.
We, the ICA, will fight for Ireland. We, the ICA, will take the necessary steps to achieve our goals.
Got a couple subscribers in the house. Welcome to all my subscribers. Mark, welcome. Rusty Rat, love your name, welcome. JJ Rice, hello there, sir. Glad to see you guys. Okay, let's read this. Oh, wait. Shit. Let's back. We can't back it up. Can we back it up? Pause it. The Irish government. Oh my gosh. Y'all hear me when I say Irish? I have to like remember to just roll through it. The Irish government have been accused of outsourcing and paying millions annually to African and Muslim fraudsters who have set up companies in Ireland to provide for children in need. At least 2 of the 7 foreign-owned companies have been found to have forged Garda vetting and hiring unqualified staff, leaving our children completely open to all kinds of abuse. Okay, play. What you're seeing happening is Christianity becoming a minority.
Our communities once
Miss Mary, I'm not sure what your message says.
bastions of neighborly support are fracturing under the weight of fear. We hear your pleas, we see your worry, and the grim reality is that our country is no longer safe to walk the streets. Between the sheer number of illegal, undocumented military-age male migrants that flood our once beautiful streets, causing fear.
Well, I think this is real, folks, because one of my spirit teams is flickering my light right here. That happens when I start to after my dad died. Well, actually, it started after my cousin died 2 years ago, but my dad died last year, and it ramped up heavy. There's things when we're talking about that my dad wants me to pay attention to, he'll start flickering the light in whatever room I'm in. It's kind of crazy. I'm sure y'all have had experiences like this in your life.
Fear, terror, and threat of violence upon Irish communities. Our own government threatening to remove our beautiful and
Marty, are you Irish?
sacred tricolor.
Do you speak Gaelic?
The flag that so many brave men and women fought for. The very notion of peace and order, hard won over generations, is being systematically dismantled. We cannot allow the dream of a truly independent Ireland, won through such hardship, to be corrupted into a hollow shell serving only a select few. For a truly legal and a truly independent Ireland, for a nation where justice is paramount and its citizens can walk their streets in safety, action will be.
This is the Second Amendment in action in Ireland right now. The Irish Citizen Army. They are literally working to gain, I guess they're wanting to start an agenda to gain their independence from England.
Required. Not merely words, but decisive, principled action. We call upon all citizens, all institutions, all those who believe.
This says September 20th this year.
With us. The path ahead will be challenging, but it is a path we must together embark upon to save our country and our citizens. Citizens of Ireland.
Interesting. Let's look at the comments. Ooh, they're calling for a crusade. Ireland, my heart is. It looks like it's real. There's nothing in the comments to say that it's fake. Yeah, it's a bunch of hyping each other up in the comments, so it doesn't look like anybody's saying that like it's fake. So it looks like they're trying to gas each other up to do the thing that we should be doing here in America, because like what Phobos Lobos Demos says, I simply don't like how the Republican and Democrats have to be deported to figure out one truth, right and wrong, good and bad, if the elite can't be arrested like Hillary Clinton and Obama. There's only one answer at this point. If what MTG is saying is true, that there is no plan to save America, there's one fucking option. I wonder how many people are truly ready for that, though. I mean, people talk all day long and they say all the time they're ready to like bear arms against a corrupt government, but they don't ever actually do anything. And it's always like some sick rogue person that does something on their own instead of it being an organized, event that they tried to show us we weren't allowed to do. circa 2020. I can't believe that's been 5 years already. J6. Marty said his father passed last year as well. I'm sorry to hear that. Marty is Irish. So can you confirm, Marty, this is real or not? It's not Gaelic. It's Irish. I'm American, but my blood is from the north. True Gaelic is Scottish. I know Gaelic is Scottish. I don't know why. I am Scottish, so that word just came out. I forgot what the language is called that the Irish speak. He's where I live. Most people have been prepping for a long time. Yeah, me too, Marty. We got a lot of Americans that are big into prepping. Christians must unite and pray for non-believers, but not tolerate evil. I agree. Papa Doctor join. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Gaelic was what just came off my tongue. But you know, the Irish and the Scots are like cousins. I can never remember what the original language is that they spoke over there. When I look at my relatives from Scotland, their last names, it's completely unpronounceable. It's a bunch of consonants with apostrophes. Everyone has the name Ian in the middle of their name. And their name is like I said, it's a bunch of consonants put together. It's really hard to pronounce their names. Like looking at my family tree. Hey, homegrowns in the house. We hosted, our studio here hosted Celtic. Thank you. Golly, I don't know why. I've had 4 concussions. I don't know why I can't remember certain things, but I guess because my focus is Scottish, because obviously my family's Scottish. But we had homegrown. We hosted him and some people from J6 that got pardoned by Donald Trump here in the studio for someone else's podcast. Which, by the way, y'all like my shirt? I had this shirt given to me by Roger Stone after what happened to him. And that was years ago. That was in 2021 or 2022. Yes. Okay. So next video. Oh, your wife's Scottish. Well, you got good taste, Marty. My people are from the town that's very, very at the most northern spot where the Vikings, that little Viking town in Scotland, way up at the top. That's where my people are from. And they had a big farm there. I'd love to be able to show you the farm. And in fact, I want to come up there and visit. So maybe I'll have a way to do that here shortly if I'll ever get my paperwork from over there. Don't know if I'll ever get it, but I need my paperwork. No, I'm not Catholic. I'm spiritual. I am what you call a Christo-pagan. I recognize the divinity of Jesus Christ as a God. This is his era. This is time. He sacrificed his life. His domain is love. That is the law we have to perfect to save ourselves. I believe that he is not the God, the Almighty, the all, the everything. But yeah, so it's like kind of, sort of. I'm not Catholic. I would never be Catholic. No offense to anybody. It's just too ritualistic for me in a way that is too triggering for me because I grew up in a Christian cult, and there's just some things about it that really like trigger me and remind me of what I grew up in. But you know, I think I mean I'm Christian because I follow Jesus' example. I follow his path and I model his example. But I believe God. I don't believe he is the God. He's a God, but not the God, the all, the divine intelligence woven into everything that exists. I believe he was the Son of God or a manifestation. You know, he explained a lot of things to us that led me to my belief system. I believe what Jesus believed, and the word that it actually is, no one would actually like in this modern world. So, you know, modeling Jesus' behavior, the church did a good job of vilifying a lot of things that bring you closer to God, like a lot of practices that they like to call witchcraft, which are not witchcraft, which being a witch is a derogatory word. But it's literally Jesus showed us how to hear the voice of God and work with the Holy Spirit and work with energy. And I think it takes a very hungry, desperate person to that has reached a point of anger and rejection for the modern world and modern religion to even be able to read the Bible disconnected enough emotionally to actually see it clearly, cerebrally, without your emotions influencing anything, and then have a reintroduction to the Bible after a cleansing of all of the lies that the Christian church has perpetuated upon people to make you believe that a man stands between you and God and speaks for you on your behalf because he's a priest, deacon, preacher, whatever, elder, when that's simply not the truth. That's a mechanism of government and control that bled over into the church. But that's just my 2 cents. Thank you. It's nice to see that I have so much support in this chat because, yes, spiritual is my path. Same, Mary. Or Marty, I'm sorry. Nature is what brings me to God. So behind me, you can see all my Yule stuff, which is all Christmas stuff. All the colors, every single part of Christmas is actually Yule, which is Wiccan, which what Wicca is just nature, using nature to bring you closer to God. Because we were born of this earth, made of this earth. And when you actually look at religion, something I've noticed, all world religions, major religions that require you to conform, they all tell the same story, and it's all sun worship. All of them, Jesus included, represents the sun, the rising, the death period, the 3 days of death. Like, you have to really actually start diving into get away from mainstream interpretations. Look up a guy named Billy Carson. He's a black guy. He can explain the sun worship and how it all religions kind of modeled it, because in reality there is only one story. But God speaks to people in different ways, and I think that God speaks to them based on their culture and their evolution of history, and I think he speaks to people in the ways that they understand, and it doesn't look exactly the same. However, I think each era brought a different focus, and this era, ours is love, and we're fucking up bad. But it's foretold that we're not going to right this ship. Armageddon is well on its way. You can see it. Me and my husband were just talking about that. You can see that we're on the cusp. I mean, you got this 3AI or 3IA, whatever, Atlas comet. They keep trying to say it's a comet. And they cannot bury this story. Well, if you don't know your Bible, you're going to be very confused when Armageddon starts, because aliens running around, demons, angels running around, fireballs, comet, meteoroids. There's certain markers, weather markers. This comet, the Bible talked about fire and brimstone raining from the sky. This comet, if this comet's been on its way for, let's say, 25,000 years, well, that's like a mile marker or a landmark for you. So, like, once you can see, the Bible's telling you, once this starts, like the debris from, let's say it's an asteroid, starts going by, they know the timeline. If God knows, let's say it's an alien God who told the Egyptians this. Let's just being hypothetical and imaginative. Let's say they said, oh, the world's going to get destroyed again. And before it happened, right before, God destroys the world, you're going to have earthquakes and pestilence, and you'll see fire and brimstone. Well, they could have known about this trajectory of this comet years, millennia ago. They know it's coming down our path. When it passes us and we start getting the debris falling, I'm just being imaginative here, guys. And you start seeing the fire and brimstone, like that's a clue. Okay, we're right here, we're right there. But there's so many things happening that lets you know we are so close. I don't think everything in the Bible is going to be totally right. But the one thing I do know is that angels and demons are the same species. What makes them an angel and what makes them a demon is their intent, what they love, who they serve. So I'm just saying things are going to start looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And also, the Bible does talk about beings in our third dimension, like aliens that exist. You actually have to pay attention. Atlas is definitely not a comet. I don't think it's, I don't know. I think a more advanced race species would make it look like one and behave like one, and then every now and then if you're watching it, you catch it not acting like one. You know what I mean? So is it 3IA or 3? What is it? 3AI. 3AI. Okay. All right. Let's look at fucking Dearborn, you guys. Send ICE into Dearborn, please.
President Trump, send ICE. Send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. We don't want you here.
He's directly telling these councilmen, get the fuck out of my country.
And get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Thank you.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
That's right.
Jesus is king. Jesus
That's
is
right. Look, everybody getting up.
President Trump.
All the press was like, oh boy, it's about to get popping in here. That's right. Jesus is king, fuckers. Go to the Middle East where you do Muhammad stuff. We like to chill with Jesus over here. So, or just keep it to yourself. Or don't, like, yeah, keep it to your freaking self or leave. Auto workers unite. Yes, please. Especially after he got punched in the face. I totally agree with him. Who got punched in the face? This guy? Oh my gosh. Back to a positive frequency from a negative frequency that the Luciferian Anunnaki changed thousands of years ago around the same time of the Council of Nicaea. Ooh, he knows. He talking about Nicaea. He's read up. I don't think the Anunnaki are bad in and of themselves. I think people just pick sides. I think this whole story of the Bible is a political thing. The whole thing. It's about who has the right to rule over the humans. Do the humans have the right to rule themselves? Or should we rule over them, and who of us should rule over them? And it's really what it is. It's quite a fascinating read. Yes, and I think more people should be like this guy that just stood up. Is this the end of the video? Did we see the end? Oh, it's another one. Did I send this the same one? But it's like a part 2, right? Okay, play.
I believe they're going to cancel the 6:30 City Hall.
Yeah, this is a part 2.
Everybody's chimping the fuck out. They're chimping the fuck out. I don't have bananas. Chill out. I don't have bananas. This is not America. This is an insurgency. They are taking over our country. They're taking over our country. They want us all dead. Let's go next.
Wow, what's happening right now? People are pushing. Whoa. This is Dearborn, Michigan right now.
Yes, this is Dearborn, Michigan. Any racist is not welcome. No races here. If you can't be peaceful, but every race is welcome. If you're a racist, you're not welcome.
He sounds drunk.
Welcome.
Dearborn's gone.
2, 3. Our president is a pedophile.
No, he is not, you bitch ass motherfucker. You are with your Muslim ass. I've read everything. That freaking side of the world, man, they just love little kids. Pisses me the hell off. I can't even. Danny, yes, absolutely. You're right. I agree. And if you actually pay attention to the stories in the Bible, not all the angels were friendly and not all the demons were evil. There were a lot of fallen angels that betrayed Yahweh, that wanted to help the humans escape the slavery of Yahweh, the God of the Jews. And there was a huge war. Yeah, and Gabriel, he's the angel of death. He's the Grim Reaper. He's slaughtered thousands, hundreds of thousands of humans overnight. Think Egypt. There's many stories. You know, you can have a person on each side of the war do the same thing, and each side will say that both of them are the hero, and each side will say the other one is the enemy. All this is about what side of the line you're on, and the victor writes the story and decides what truths to put in. But I'm fighting for my country. I ain't letting this shit just go. Like, we've been sleeping the last 50 years. We've been placated. They've kept us distracted. They've kept us so ignorant. And I just have to fight for my country. I barely got a chance to... I'm 40 years old. My mom came here when she was 17 from Trinidad, swore her loyalty to America, met my father, a fourth generation American, wanted her children to have the American dream, and I'm like, this shit's fucking falling apart now. I can't let it happen. I want my kids to have a wonderful world. And the fact that my oldest daughter's been taken by the woke mind virus is why I'm on this every fucking night. Nights when I'm tired as shit and don't want to be on here. Like tonight, where I just barely did it. All I could do, guys, was throw on a t-shirt, pull my hair up, cover my under eyes, put a little bit of makeup on and get on. You know, but I'm here trying to do it the best way I can. I may not be able to, you know, travel all over the place and be in person because I have a little girl I'm taking care of, but this is my way of doing it. I'm using my voice because I have that, you know, I have that. And when I saw that I was going to have 40,000 voters in my district, they split my vote and I ended up with 22, or almost 22. But I was like shocked because even with the 22,000 people that voted for me, I was like, I can fill in like a freaking arena, and all these people are listening to me and they trust me, and I was just very humbled, very, very humbled. So I can't stay quiet. You know, you guys tell me all the time how much I need to keep going and you need me and you're counting on me. So I'm doing it. The ground troop light workers are all uniting. That's right, Danny. You, me, and everybody else who's read up like we are. You know, we understand the assignment. Marty says, sounds like Gabriel needs to visit Dearborn. Jesus, send your brother Gabriel, for crying out loud. I heard he's got a temper and he's got a hair trigger. You know, send him over here. But the thing is the archangels, they've communicated with the Muslims too. Like, it's a whole other world, the political stratosphere of the heavens. It's not just one realm that the heavens are, by the way. There's like layers to this, and there's also 7 different heavens. And it's right there in your Bible. You know how many times you've seen the word heavens, plural, and it's never clicked in our heads? Yeah, I was 30 years old when it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wait a second. Just like when I noticed in the beginning of Genesis, Adam and Eve were not the first people, because Cain and Abel discovered women many, many miles away. Also, the word Genesis means generation of Isis. Let that sink in. I learned that 2 years ago. Quantum timelines. But there are 7 major heavens. I guess it's like a Valhalla is one. The hall. There's like a great library where the Book of Life. Every religion talks about the Book of Life, pagan and Christian. Where everything you do, the Akashic Records is another word for it if you're spiritual and you actually know what the real word is. But it keeps an account of everything you've ever done in your life, in your previous lives, etc. I saw your video earlier about your other daughter and I was bawling. Oh, thank you, Danny. Keep up the good work and never stay quiet. I appreciate you. Wolfpack's here. Classy Ross is here. Marty said it's your strength and persistence that will make the difference. There are many of us that feel the exact same way. I appreciate it. Of course, the Akashic Records. I got mine open. And I was... Wow. I'll just say that. Oh, Mr. Potts! Mr. Potts is here. G'day. G'day, mate. All right. Which one is this? Oh, yes. I've seen this one. Now, just push off the fact that he's a rabbi, because he's dropping some good knowledge here. Rabbi Man Talk.
When my wife is in a bad mood, I get into a bad mood. I'm not a man. My wife is in a bad mood. She needs a man. If I need my wife to always be in a good mood to compliment me, you expect every night for her to be in a good mood. You're not married to a woman. Femininity is like the ocean. Don't try to control it. We're men. We like to build docks and canals and swimming pools and rafters. The ocean goes in all directions. The ocean is powerful. The ocean is refreshing. The ocean is authentic. And the man is supposed to be the pillar in the ocean. Just jump in and enjoy it. Don't try to change the ocean. Have the courage to jump into the ocean and show the ocean you're not afraid of it. To be such a man, you need to be powerful inside. To be powerful inside, you want to make sure you're plugged in to the source of all power, which is Hashem. Thank you very much.
God, my friend, the Holy Spirit. Women are emotional creatures for your benefit. You need to learn to embrace her emotions and understand that the waves... Be like the water. Ride the waves. You will experience so much beauty in accepting a woman's emotionality. And being that pillar, that strength, really, really rounds out her personality in a way that helps her develop into such a prism of a spectrum. And it just pulses and beams out. So, you put that glass up to that ray and it beams out. And I kind of look at the pillar that way. It's just, it has to be. And then when we're feeling out of sorts, if we don't have that pillar, that strong, strength, quiet, like place, you're going to end up, both of you is going to be miserable. Like, a man's job is a man's job for a reason. And this is one of the things that I hate about the trans thing and what they've done to the gender thing. It's only partly true that it's a human construct, because it's not. It's 2 layers to gender. There is the physicality and the instinct, and then there's the mind. And the mind has both feminine and masculine. It has to have it in order to take care of each other. But in terms of instinct, that's very much male and female. And what they've done is turn a bunch of men into bitches by making them highly emotional. There's nothing for them to punch. There's nothing for them to like take their aggression out on. It's, I'll say this too. A man that can cry with his woman is like gold. Not just cry because like you're gonna break up. I don't mean like that. Like feels her pain so deeply that when she cries, it makes him tear up. That is like, man. When I would see my dad cry, the whole world, my world would just freeze. And it was like, because he was that strong pillar, when I did see him get emotional, it was like the world stopped and we just respected that and took it so much more serious. And yeah, the emotional connection is very, very, very important. Your wife will wither if you don't maintain the emotional connection. Because think about it. If she has a good relationship with her, however her father's relationship is with her, that's what you're going to need to know in order to structure your relationship with her. So if she had a good relationship with her father, she's going to be looking to the husband to be that same, oh, my tire's flat. Oh, like daddy. And then, that safe, she's going to marry a man that basically treats her the way her dad did, because that's what she's used to. If she had a bad relationship with her dad, that's a different type of daddy's issues, which usually leads to a great sex life. However, you have to realize that's going to come with a lot of like mistrust for the fact that you're actually going to come through because she had a bad relationship with her father. So you identifying that in either scenario, being her rock and her pillar is what a woman's looking for, period. Because we're looking for daddy, basically. You know what I'm saying? If a man isn't crying once in a while, they're just insecure and trying to suppress their divine feminine energy. And we need both divine feminine and masculine. It's all about balance. Yep. That's what God's all about. I mean, think about the word woman. Whoa, man. It's the root word is man. So there's some intertwinement there, Haha. Sorry, GL Staffer. I don't know what you heard about my husband. I was talking about relationships in general. I'm not talking about my husband. So settle down there, sir. I'm never going to get to start my courting. Oh, you can be my live stream boo. Fabian's Lee joined. No, I know, DL, you're good. All right. Next video. I'm on it with the Muslims today. All right. This one is for the Muslims.
All right, Muslims, you got to put deodorant on first, but then get the fuck out of here. Now, I know there's good Muslims, not talking to you. The other ones, though, go home. We're not doing call to prayer a dozen times a day, and we're not doing Sharia law. Islam does not mix with the Western civilization. This is the United States of America. Our country was founded on Christianity, God, Jesus Christ is king. But for some reason, we're letting these people fly over here on their carpets with bombs strapped to them, screaming, "Death to America," and we're like, yeah, come on in. Yeah, ha ha ha, it's funny.
Sorry.
But listen, we keep letting this happen. English is going to become America's second language. Women are going to be treated like second-rate citizens, and all you LGBTQ plus, whatever the fuck, you better find a hiding place. These people are sent here to lie and deceive, to spread
Find a hiding place. I'm going to be beating a dead horse a lot with you guys. I'm not with you guys, but on my show over this Muslim stuff because, I get new viewers on my lives all the time.
Our society to gain power, to take your freedoms that you love away. I'm not fucking around. All right, Muslims, you got to put deodorant on first, but then get the fuck out of here. Now, I know there's good Muslims, not talking to you. The other ones, though, go home. We're not doing call to prayer.
Yeah. Charles! Oh my! Welcome back! Hey, stranger. Hope the show is going well. The show is going phenomenal. I missed you. Hope you're doing wonderful. I don't know, DL, what is your name? What can I call you, DL? I don't know where this man is from. There's nothing in the comments, but Look, look at his hat. It says LA on there. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Let's look at the comments. Let's see where he's at. The comments might not reveal, but you never can know. I am Diesel Gang. I love Israel, my land. Commented on his on this video and said, "Don't worry, little one. We're coming for you too. All you Jews, fucking coming for you too, because you guys have the same agenda." Charles, bring me up to speed. What's the subject matter right now? We are going in on the Muslim takeover in America that's been going on. And we're just reacting to videos coming up on my feed on this topic. And look, Chels, just for you, since you're fucking back, give me up close for Chels. Thank you, Chels. I'm gonna give you the format of the show since you missed the beginning. Here's what I got left for you on the show coming up. Make Britain great again. Islam ain't compatible with the West. Sharia law sucks. Genocidal agenda. 6 votes for Mamdani. OnlyFans for teens. You heard me right. Pray for Candace Owens. You want to hear this one. Bill Burr on babies. Island murder plot. Trump cucks Mamdani. Big ass cat. And a snake prank. So, Chels, that's what's left coming up on the show. The weekend shows tend to go a little longer. My shows during the week are about an hour. And am monetized now, so it tells you can subscribe and get special content. On Sundays, I do a lingerie episode where we have a nightcap and a smoke. And I model my little lingerie, and I just make it fun. Like you're in a high class gentleman's club, like where you're having cigars and whiskey and the women serving you are, like Playboy Bunny style thing. It's like that kind of thing. It's like a cigar lounge kind of style. That's what's happening on Sunday nights for subscribers only. So said, top girl, great stuff. P.S. told Candace was kind of going a bit off grid, although I did like her. You know what, though? I don't think she's crazy. I've stuck with it and I've listened to everything, and she lets everyone call her crazy on very specific things, and they act like they have all the proof, and then she brings the receipts to the point, you want to stick around for this, to the point where a hit has been put on her. She's not full of shit. The TPUSA CEO told her on the phone 3 days after Charlie died that it was supposed to be her first. She didn't take him seriously. She thought he was just in a grief stage of bargaining. She didn't know why he said that. Anyway, what I've learned is the ones they attack the most and the ones they try to make the craziest are the ones I start watching the most. Because why? What are they saying? They're speaking truth. She's breaking the machine. Her, Nick, Tucker, Megan, who else? Candace Tucker. Oh, I was gonna say Charlie, but he's dead. Oh my God, y'all saw that? I was like, there's a 5th one. Who is it? Golly, man. So weird to me. Like, it's so strange that it doesn't feel right, man. I'm so angry about Charlie's death. Ooh, my arm just went crazy. I felt some things when Charlie died. Not so great about Erica Chels. We should totally have a chat and catch up on the side, Chels. And yes, make Britain great again. Absolutely. Britain, Chels, we just showed what is it called? Irish Citizen Army? Forming so they can have their independence. I applaud them. Yay! I mean, I want America to do this on a mass scale, but we have too many pussies here. I think if we see a Britain go for broke, I think America will jump in. Did you guys see what Trump is doing with Maduro? Oh my God. He's going to try to force him to resign or to give up his power. He's moving to overthrow Maduro. Good for him, because Venezuela is 7 miles off the coast of my mom's home country. My mom had to leave there because human trafficking was picking up back then. This was in the 70s. And all of the crime from Venezuela goes straight to Trinidad first. So I couldn't be more excited. I have clients who are from there who want it all to stop. And so this is wonderful. Maduro is probably, yes, shitting a whole ass brick while pissing his pants, Captain BSS. Chell sent me to, as an ex-sniper, the assassination actually upset me a lot, but mainly because he was a fantastic person. Exactly. I saw the owner of his security company have that interview with Sean Ryan. Gotta tell you, feeling kind of weird about 2 or 3 spots. I know that there's something. I gotta go back and take notes, because obviously when I was watching it, I wasn't necessarily preparing to talk about it on here. But I'm gonna go back and watch it, because I actually probably should just watch it with y'all. I could do that on my next live stream, because there's certain things in it that I think he's totally telling the truth on, and then there's certain things in it that I'm like, boy, no. You can do a FOIA request just as easily as anybody else can. Especially if my company was being blamed for dropping the ball, I would be doing every fucking FOIA request possible and showing everything that happened. I would want to know every fucking thing that happened. Charles, this whole Charlie Kirk thing is way deeper than we thought. 5 different states possibly involved with this. And now the French government has put a hit out on Candace. Already paid for. Already in the works. We're going to get there. I need to stop talking so we can get there. All right, let's make Britain great again. Next video.
Raise your voices, lads! Raise your voices! How are you? How do you feel? Do you feel united? Do you feel strong? Do you feel that we can make it? So send them back! What? Send them back! And if ever anyone would ask you, what is your position on illegal migrants? It's 0!
Yes. If they want, if you listen, you want to save your country, cut the woke shit out. The crown is so in debt too. I mean, that's the other problem why a lot of this stuff is happening. There's oh my God. When Biden, what do you think all these migrants came for? Like, that's the trade. We give you this money, you take these problems off our hands.
Raise your voices, lads!
Close your freaking borders. Go through every citizen that's there. Get rid of the illegal ones. Close your borders for a good 25, 30 years and let community reform. There's no cohesion. We don't feel similar. We don't feel alike. We don't feel like a tribe in a village. Close it down. Shut it down. Shut it off. The bonding needs to start again. Constantly dumping new factors in. It's constant barrage of nuance. You cannot develop a sense of community because the newbies have their concerns and their needs, and then the OGs have their concerns and their needs. Shut it all down. Mike said, that is so awesome. Yeah, it gives me goosebumps. Look, I am rooting for Britain, man. Like, I really hope to see you guys get what you want, because I think it'll give my people over here the inspiration, because J6 was a staged event to demonstrate to everyone what they will do to you if you even think about exercising your Second Amendment right. But I think if we could get everyone to do J6 on a millions of people level, they would have no choice but to give us every fucking thing we want. That is the only way to do it. You know? But it doesn't have to be with violence. You can... But the problem is, the police there that are the Capitol Police will be the ones to make it violent, which is what happened on J6. And it got way out of control because Nancy Pelosi's a motherfucking idiot. All right. Next video. You good? Islam ain't compatible with the West.
Islam is not compatible with the West, and I really urge you to take the next 8 minutes and watch the history of Islam. The way this woman breaks this down is phenomenal.
Why Western civilization is very different than the Islamic world, you need to understand the history of Islam. When Prophet Muhammad supposedly revealed his revelation from the angel Gabriel that he is supposed to be the last of the prophets in the early 600s, he started preaching in his own city, Mecca. He tried to recruit friends and followers to be able to spread his religion. And he tried for 12 years and failed. And after 12 years, he was only able to recruit his immediate family and friends. So he decided, if I go to Medina, which was the Jewish hub of Arabia, the business hub where the Jews lived, if I go there and preach my religion to them, if they accept me, that will buy me respect and stature between my own people, and they will accept me. So Prophet Muhammad started borrowing a lot from the Old Testament to make his religion more palpable to the Jews, to make it a lot similar. This is why you see a lot of similarities between Judaism and Islam. For example, Jews don't eat pigs, Muslims don't eat pigs. Jews pray a few times a day.
Charles, of course, the media tried to make it sound like there were less people there. And if this was a liberal crowd, they would make it sound like it's bigger than it really is. Oh, I know. The Saudis don't like the extremists. I'm cool with the Saudis. I'm just not dumb enough to go over there, because it takes one citizen of theirs to do something terrible, and then me, a woman, I'm screwed. But in terms of like the Saudis, right now I'm cool. But that's because Trump's really good friends with that prince over there. So right now they're like, everything's chummy. We'll see what happens when Trump leaves. Danny says, yes, she is great. Not sure who. This lady, yeah, she seems to know what she's talking about. British people, unfortunately, have a late instinct to react naturally. Yes, that I can see, because I have a few British clients and they basically are dealing with the fact that, compliance was conditioned for so long that it takes a while for them to realize, wait a minute, this has gone too far. But Chels, we need to talk more, because I want to see some of this. And if I could be there and film some of this for you guys, that would be so epic. Apparently, I get travel perks because your girl's a lady. I just haven't been over there yet. Let's finish this one.
Muslims pray a few times a day. Jews fast on Yom Kippur, Muslims fast on Ramadan. And this is why you started seeing a lot of good writing in the beginning of the Quran when Prophet Muhammad was saying all the good things about the people of the book. He took his message and went to Medina trying to recruit the Jews, talking about the people of the book, talking about how similar the two religions are. When they refused to accept him and follow him as the last of the prophet, that's when he turned against them and started killing them and started expelling them. That's when Islam went from a spiritual movement for the first 12 years of Islam into a political movement cloaked in religion after the year of the Hijrah, after Muhammad went to Medina and the Jews did not accept him. He became a military warrior and declared war on them and started expelling them. Jews and Christians became dhimmi, or second-class citizens. They were only allowed to stay alive and not be killed only by paying the jizya or the protection tax. So they had a choice: convert to Islam, or if you want to stay alive, you have to pay the jizya or protection tax, living as dhimmi in the Islamic nation.
Ew.
Christians and Jews could not ring church bells. Jews could not blow the shofar. Christians could not ring church bells. They could not pray publicly. Christians and Jews could not gather together and build new churches or new temples. And the way they paid the jizya or the protection tax was in a monthly ceremony where they would get together downtown and the Jew would kneel on his knee and hand his goods to the mullah, who would take the goods as the price for buying the protection. And in many areas, Jews and Christians were given necklaces to wear as a receipt that they paid their jizya or their protection tax. Jews considered najis under
Chels, that would be super awesome. And you looked very respectable in your uniform. And I saw how decorated you were. I was very impressed. I admire that. But I really do want to come over there. I am a lady of Scotland. Not sure what to expect. I don't even know what the right fork is. I'm an American. But yeah, you'd have to call me Lady Garner Lopez. Actually, I'd be like, cut that out. I'd be like, just call me Luna.
Islam. Najis is bodily fluid. Najis is garbage. Najis is dogs. Najis is dirty. So Christians and Jews were treated as second-class citizens. Islam continued to grow. As Islam grew, more people became dhimmi or second-class citizens. Jews and Christians were given identifiable clothing. The yellow star, which was given to the Jews that most people think is a German invention. It was actually an Islamic invention in the 9th century in Iraq by the second Khalif al-Mutawakkil of Iraq, who invented the yellow star for the Jews to be identified as they walked down the street.
I hope y'all are paying attention. She really literally gives you the whole thing, and it's, if you're listening, like, so many things click and make sense.
Muslim man or a Jew walked on the same side of the street, the Jew had to cross the other side so the Muslim man can walk, so he's not dirtied by the filth of the Jew. Christians were given the zunnar, the belt, which most of you men are wearing right now. That was an Islamic invention for the Christians. Islam continued to grow. They went all the way to Jerusalem. They conquered Jerusalem. Christians couldn't ring their church bells in Jerusalem. The Pope in Rome in 1090 told the Christians, how could you sit idly by and allow your brethren to be suffer like this in the Holy Land? You need to go liberate the Christians. You need to go help the Christians. That's why the Crusaders were launched. The Crusaders... The Crusaders were not launched because they just felt like waking up in the morning and going and converting a bunch of Muslims or beheading them. The Crusaders were launched to liberate Jerusalem. And they were able to liberate Jerusalem for less than 100 years before...
That red cross you guys are so familiar with. Has any of you played Assassin's Creed? The Crusaders, they were Masons. The Knights Templar and all that. Catholic Church.
Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi, Saladin, took it back, and Jerusalem remained under Islamic control until 1967, when the State of Israel...
Mike, you know, she look, don't pick on this woman, Mike. Her accent, they got a She's trying her best, but she's trying to make sure everybody knows the truth. So come on, we gotta be nice to her, Mike.
Liberated Jerusalem, where Christians, Jews, and Muslims could pray under the same sky. The Crusaders continued fighting Islam, and for 300 years they tried and failed. And by the 1300s, the Crusaders disappeared because they could not win against Islam. Islam continued to expand. They went all the way to Central Europe. They went all the way to China. They went to India. They conquered Spain. They changed the name of Spain from Spain to Andalusia. And they started, as they advanced, as they conquered more nations, more people paid the jizya, or the protection tax. And this is how the Islamic Empire grew. It went all the way until they was stopped at the gates of Vienna on 9/11.
What?
9/11 is not a date that Osama bin Laden just picked.
It's been some years since I've watched this video. Wow. I knew there was something in there. I couldn't remember what it was. But you remember earlier, I was like, y'all better pay attention to this stuff will start making sense. There's one. I couldn't. It's been years.
Out of a hat. 9/11 is a symbolic day.
He said hot to her. Shit.
Islamic calendar. Between the 1600s, Islam had covered more of the earth's surface than the Roman Empire did at its peak. Between the 1600s and the 1800s, the European...
Oh, I believe the Middle East has several stargates. I believe that the pyramids were not storage for dead bodies. I believe their technology that is eroded. I would love to do an episode on human history. I think I should start doing for subscribers just episodes on a topic, pre-recorded. Human history, because human history, like, if we want to understand what the fuck is going on right now, we need to go back to Samaria, people. This is spiritual. This entire spiritual war is politically themed over the humans. Who has the right to rule over the humans? Yes, Stargate Atlantis. So, one of my dogs, her name is Battlestar Galactica. I am a huge sci-fi nerd, fantasy nerd, history nerd, military nerd, video game nerd. I'm also like a chronic student. I'm always taking classes. Right now I'm taking finance classes because your girl knows that her body gonna be old and I just like to work. So finance is something I can do till I die. Fuck yeah, ancient spiritual war. Danny, you're so great. I hope you come to more of my lives. I could use you, man. Like, I could use you as backup because you're somebody who's educated and can get in the chat. And, like, if I say, like, an off-the-wall thing, like, what seems off the wall to people, I can not worry about explaining it. And you can get in there and just kind of explain stuff for people, for me, because... Bro, Danny, you vibing spiritually with me right now. I love how educated you are. Bro, stop. The Gulf War was over, another artifact. Thank you. So earlier we were talking about on my live stream earlier today, I was talking about how, I'm a direct relative of a vice president of the United States, and my grandfather, it was his uncle. Anyway, he was like, here's what the whole war thing is with the Masons and the Illuminati. The Illuminati is a sect of the Masons, but the Masons as a whole, they're exchanging souls to the god of this world for technology. So yes, Danny is like not wrong when he said the Gulf War, it was fought over an artifact. He's talking about Indiana Jones shit. There are what the old world word would be magical items that the ancient people would go, ooh, or undereducated people would think is a magical tool, right? But like if I were to like time travel and hand someone my iPhone like 100 years in the past, they would think it's a magical device. They would think I was a wizard. They would think I was a god. Just saying, we got to really start thinking, how do all these mystical things in the Bible, how are they applied practically and scientifically? For example, here's something you guys can marinate on. How can you have a virgin birth? How can you have a woman be pregnant but never having sex with a man? It's called something we know of all the time. Artificial insemination. I do it with my dogs, my cows, my horses, all the time. I don't have cows and horses anymore, but growing up. I have female animals that will not choose a male and never breed with a male. Artificially inseminate. Starts to make you think. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. There has to be a scientific explanation for what we thought were miracles. For example, the parting of the Red Sea. It wasn't a miracle by the definition we understand it to be, but to a layman person back then, that'd be a miracle. But if you knew this certain knowledge, that at a certain time of the year, there's a downward wind that beats down on that sea right there. Is it the Red Sea? The Red Sea. And it hits the top of a mountain peak so perfectly, it actually causes the water to drift off to the side. And the Israelites were coming up and crossing this thing within minutes. I mean, they knew how many days this thing would be like this, and they were at the very last second. And the Egyptians chased them into the ocean because Pharaoh's pride was too big. And there actually is, in the Red Sea, parts of chariots that have dead coral on them. So technically it was a weapon of mass destruction because the Ark was an energy weapon or device that could reverse. So the Ark of the Covenant. Danny, make sure you send me a message on the side. I would love to have like a deeper conversation with you. And maybe see if like you're interested in like coming on my shows. And like maybe help moderate or, you know, help fill this stuff in. So just send me a message. Also, if you're an OG follower of mine and you come to the show regularly and you're interested in moderating for me, send me a message and we can work that out. So, all right, next video. Do you guys want to finish this video? Where she's explaining the Islamic religion. Let's see. Slayer, what's up, bro? All right, you can go ahead and play it. Let's finish it.
Europeans were experiencing the European Industrial Revolution, where the Europeans were able to invent products on factory lines, where they are able to make money and sell products, which gave them the money to build a strong army in order to fight the Muslims. And that's how they were able to stop them at the gates of Vienna on 9/11. The Europeans started the pushback against Islam. They pushed them out of Europe. They pushed them out of all the way to the Middle East and North Africa. By 1924, the Islamic Empire ended. In 1924, the Islamic Caliphate ended in Turkey by President Ataturk, who was a secularist. He ended the Islamic Empire and he gave women rights to vote. He gave women a right to an education, a right to work, a right to choose a husband. He forbid women from wearing the hijab. He forbid men from wearing the beard. The Muslims hate him so much that they consider him a Jewish agent because they believe that his mother in her bloodline was Jewish, and that was the influence on Ataturk. By the time the Islamic Empire or the Islamic Caliphate or the Islamic State,
the Jews and the Arabs are cousins. Like, you guys, the Bible said you guys would do this forever until the end of time. That you guys were cursed and you would fight to the throat till Armageddon.
Ended in 1924. The Islamic Caliphate had existed for 1,400 years, and it ended less than 100 years ago. By the time
Wow.
the Islamic Caliphate ended in
That shows you what the fire is up under their ass.
1924, 270 million people around the world were killed by Islam. 270 million. And we didn't have weapons of mass destruction, and there was nuclear weapons. All of these people were killed, butchered by the sword.
Islam.
That was her face at the end. Danny, I kept thinking you were saying David Icke. But you're actually typing like. I don't know who that is actually. Sorry I said a bad word, folks, but you know, free speech is a thing around this area, and like anybody that's under my roof can say whatever the fuck they want. I don't give a fuck about like words. Like you can say derogatory words because I don't care. Like you can call me a nigger, I'm not gonna fucking care. Someone called me a coon and I laughed and I was like, I am like 12 shades too light to be a coon. Okay. But like free speech is like a thing around here, so if you had said that, I wouldn't have been mad because I don't give a fuck. Words are words. I can decide how they make me feel, which is another thing that annoys me so much about like, I don't care if someone calls me a witch. I don't fucking give a fuck. It doesn't make me a witch. I'll say I'm a witch just to like fuck around because it's fun, but you know, wetbacks, pig, all that shit. Like, so, and I don't take offense. So you're powerless to me. Yes, Mike, someone called me a fucking coon. Can you believe that? I was like, do you know the proper application to this word? Because I am high yellow. I am called a yellow bone in the black community. Like you can tell I got some black in me, but it's so yellow. It depends on the lighting, like the season and the lighting, what color I look. In the winter, I can look very like you can see the European in me in the winter. But I'm in Florida and it's been a long time since I've been white. In the summer, I get black. I get so dark. I change like 12 shades through the year. But that's what I kind of love about being mixed. Fuck the opinions. You're a white witch. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, I feel it. I know I'm one of the ones that's called, and it actually kind of leaves a lonely life because people come after me, but God is the one that chooses our paths, you know. They are good. Can we stick to the topic? Sorry. No, you are a cat woman. Matrid, whatever. Can we stick to the topic? This show flows and ebbs, baby. It's every topic we talk about that seemingly might be unconnected is actually connected. And that's the thing about the podcast is you have to like really watch the show, because some days I'm talking about something that I left off on the day before, or a video I'm watching now might make me think of something else. And that's just what happens on the show. But it always fucking wraps back around. You know what I mean? What does Trump call it? The weave or something? What does he call it? The weave? I think it's a little bit of ADD. You know what I mean? But we circle back around. That Jen Psaki, that was her phrase, I think. The redhead for Biden, the press secretary. I'll circle back around. I was saying that so much when she was in office. All right, let's look at this genocidal agenda, folks. Next video.
What do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games. Most people will be willing to give up their privacy in exchange for much better healthcare based on 24 hours monitoring of what's happening inside their bodies. Humans are now hackable animals. This soul or spirit, and they have free will, and nobody knows what's happening inside me. That's over. The real aim of science as a project, as an establishment, is not truth, it's power. The idea of the social credit is to monetize everything, to give value to every single thing you do in life. It's a function of surveillance. It has positive potential in some regard. What do we
They've
need
been
humans
talking about
for?
it so much in our faces. Whoopsies. I don't know if you remember, dude, production is not cueing me on the cameras and it's making my job so hard. Wait. They've been talking about this in our faces for so long. Do you guys remember after COVID when they fearmongered everybody into taking the jab? Obama was having a dinner. It was televised, and he literally said, "We just performed the world's largest oh my gosh, mass test study." I was like, the brazen boldness he just had. And then Bill Gates has talked about reducing population. Kamala Harris is on camera saying about reducing population. There's been a host of them where it like Freudian slips. Because they forget that like there's people on TV watching and it's not just the people in the ballroom. Yeah. You've all seen it. You've all seen the videos. The mosquito thing. Like Gates. Oh my God. Did you guys hear Bill Gates wants to run for president? I hope that's a fucking lie. I hope that is just disinformation being spread to fucking see where the conspiracies go. Because if that motherfucker runs for president, we're fucking doomed. I didn't take the job either. I felt bad for all the people that were forced to, like the people in the military or work at hospitals and everything, because I knew of none of them were my friends, but I had 5 friends that lost a friend or family member after getting the jab. Yeah, COVID was the test to see if the entire world would just comply. Also, probably to see where the rebellious countries were. Of course, I'm sure the U.S. takes the fucking crown in that because we're fucking Americans and we're like, don't fucking tell me what to do. Although, like, a good 80% of Americans took that motherfucking jab, dude. And then the reproduction issues for females are through the roof. The blood and heart issues are through the roof. The gastro issues are through the roof. And it all spikes at 2020 on every single study on all those things. You can look it up. You can go to all of the national health type websites and look it up. Okay. Look at this fucking weird thing on my screen. 6 votes for Mamdani. Oh my God. What am I looking at? A manatee with a red wig and glasses.
New York about to illegally vote for Zohran Mamdani 6 times. Yeah. 6.
Excuse me? You did what? How about we send this video to Trump? Oh, better yet, Pam Bondi, who has something to prove. What is this person's name? Let's look and see. Let's keep going.
So you don't want my ID? How do you know it's me then?
We can look it up by
I
manual.
could just give you a fake name.
We can give you up by manual.
Signature. We check signatures.
Yeah.
And you can barely even understand her English.
Not
So if you don't check,
not supposed to give you ID.
but if you don't check ID, how are you gonna know this is our signature?
Manual entry. No worries.
We had the signature on file.
Oh,
Show him when he signs. When he
When you
signs.
say first 3 letters of your last name?
you got it right.
First 3 letters of your last name?
No, I gave you my ID. Why don't
I
you
know,
use
but
it?
just first 3 letters of your last name, sir.
Shit, you guys making this difficult.
We're not making it
UDD.
difficult at all.
Is he giving you his ID to?
Oh, Stars, Stones, Silver Moon started following me. I love that username. Please stay following me forever.
Look at.
I gave it to him.
Okay,
so you can
give it
use
to him.
So you
Give
can
it.
use
We're not supposed to
I
ask.
didn't.
We're not supposed
But I'm giving it to
I
you
know.
so that it's easy
You're
for you
absolutely
to.
right. You're absolutely
Because
right.
I could be somebody who's just pretending to be somebody.
You're absolutely right.
I don't think
But
you want me
we're
to
not
pretend.
supposed to ask.
It
We're
doesn't
not
matter.
supposed to ask for identification.
How do you know it's the right person?
We have a signature on file.
This is so sad. This old senior woman, because you know, that's what they do. They want something to do, so they go sit at the polls. And she's, poor thing, she doesn't know what to do. She's like, yeah, you're right. You're not wrong, but we're not allowed to ask. Oh, my God.
I get it, but if I'm giving you my ID, it's so that you can verify for sure it's me.
I found him by his date of birth.
Who? Oh, you found him?
Yeah, by his date of birth.
That was on that table. I'm here now with this gentleman.
Start over. Go to manual entry.
She's so mad.
Put in his birthday. That's how I found him.
Put in his date of birth.
Just trying to make it easy for you guys.
I understand. We were told.
I don't care what you were talking.
He's literally like, just take my ID. That's how you'll find me. And she's like, we're not allowed to take it. I don't know what to do. I don't have any critical thinking left. I'm frozen. I'm a robot now. I have input, output.
Yes.
But I'm giving you guys my
If
ID,
you
so
put it in front of my face, I'm going to
I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that. I'm telling you. Do you need my ID? Here's my ID. Take it. Use it. That's what
the
it's for. Identification.
Ah!
To
This
identify
is
who
not
I am,
happening in my
if I'm the right person or not.
country. Oh my God. This makes me so mad.
Here in New York, about to illegally.
I'm about to write Pam Bonnie a strongly worded email. My name is Karen. I just have to tell you about how disappointed I am in your management voting annexes. I cannot believe this shit, man. This is fucking Democrat security at its finest, and it's just allowed. But I wonder if Trump. I want to talk to Trump about that. I have one opportunity to try to get a hold of him, and I have to reserve it for that one very important time. I don't know when that time is coming. I don't feel like that is it. But you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things where you're like not in the circle, but like you're friends with someone in the circle. So if you need to pull that card, it can only be once, but it better be motherfucking worth it. Yeah. That kind of thing. Stars. By the way, my name is Luna. Not sure if you know. Says 100% following. Chels is laughing. Stars is laughing. Try to get a 40 or a blunt without an ID in New York. See, yeah, exactly. Exactly. UK is trying that stupid digital ID. Oh, but guess what? It's in our phones too over here in the US. They're just subtly putting the digital ID thing on the phone. And I'm just like, no. I can't tell you how many times I've been tempted just to see what it looks like. So I guess I gotta find a video because I'm not putting my ID in nothing. There is no fucking way. Luna, short for lunatic. Oh, yeah, that's so original, Charles. Never heard that one before. All right. Let me get my face right. Hold on. This video is very bad. This video needs to be shown to every parent. So please pay attention to the username. Go look at this video and show this to your friends who are parents. No, Chels, you're good. It's just really funny because everyone says that. And it's just like kind of, or you know what I hear more than that? Oh, I have a dog named Luna. Oh, I have a cat named Luna. Oh, my friend has a pet named Luna. I'm like, yeah, I know. Everyone has a pet named Luna. I'm cool with dad jokes. But anyway, OnlyFans for teens, y'all. It's very real. You need to raise awareness with all your parent friends about this. And any young people that you know. Really, everyone. Tell everyone.
OnlyFans for teens. I had no idea this was going on either.
So if you're not familiar with OnlyFans, it's a website where people can sell their bodies for money. That's for adults. There's a site called Brand Army. You can join the site as early as 13 years old, and they have a policy of how many bikini/revealing photos that you can post. You can post, let's say, one bikini photo, and then it has to be 2 normal photos, and then another photo that's revealing, and then 2 more normal photos. And these are 13-year-old girls or boys. The other part of it is you have to be 18 years old to subscribe to the children's content. There's a house in Florida called the Bop House. Bop is like a slang term kids are using for like a or whatever. There's a lot of OnlyFans girls living in there, but one of them was under 18 and they were waiting for her to turn 18 to bring her on to OnlyFans, and they were using Brand Army before that. They knew exactly what they're doing. It's not like a misunderstanding. Parents that are doing it and letting their kids use Brand Army, their children and profiting off of it, they're fully aware of it.
OnlyFans for teens. I had no idea this.
So it's called Brand Army. And what's even sicker is that the parents have to, like, if they get monetized, the parents have to, like, sign up the monetization part of it. And the fucking people who use the website have to be 18 or older. Is so mind-boggling. The internet is the wild motherfucking west, man. And if you don't teach your children internet fluency, you're failing your kids. That's probably one of the first few things you need to teach them is like internet safety and fluency. Luna is a beautiful name. Well, thank you. Yeah, I feel you, Chels. Danny says, what? So we are now legalizing pedophilia. This is crazy. That's what they've been. The whole trans movement has been a stepping stone to legalizing pedophilia. That's what this has all been about. Because if you can get a kid, if you can get the society allowing kids to choose which parts they have, then you can get society allowing the children to choose what they do with them. And we know there's definitely 2 cultures, for sure. The ones that read the Talmud and the Quran that are totally fine with pedophilia. Just saying. The next serious thing that I want. Yeah, dude, it's fucking tough raising kids in this world. But I will say there is no love like that for your child, and it is worth every bit of everything. The pain is worth the joy. I was sitting in my car today on the way home from eating dinner with my youngest, our little mom-daughter date we try to have every Saturday. And I was thinking about my oldest daughter, and if God were to tell me, come to me in a dream the night I got pregnant with her and say, before I let this happen, this is what you're going to go through, I would still choose to have her. Because although, you know, I was sitting in my car on the way back thinking, what if I never ever talk to her again? And like how painful that feeling is. I wouldn't trade like all of the moments that I would still have her, because that was my firstborn. That's the person in this world that defined who I was and taught me what real love is. And I didn't know what it was before that. You understand it in concept, but you don't know it. And I would have her and experience all this pain just to have all of the good times and those good feelings and the experience of knowing birth and motherhood and all the things that go into raising a little life and keeping it's safe, and teaching them love for other things that are beneath us, like animals or plants, or showing them traditions, I would still do it all, even knowing that I'd lose her forever. You know? So you may fear having children, but that's just your brain. It changes your heart in a way that only that can do. And it's truly a gift from God. And the pain is a gift from God too, because your children are the only ones that can humble you. Think about it. Once you become 18 and you're an adult, nobody can tell you shit. Ain't nobody can tell you nothing until you have a kid. So there's that. Oh my God. I got tears flowing. First time on my podcast. Sorry. Glad I don't have a daughter to be scared of. Yeah, I'd homeschool my children. I wish I did. Stay strong, Luna. I can see that it's hard to bring up. It is. Always appreciate you sharing a personal experience. Thanks, Chels. You're really sweet. Thanks, Silver Moon. If your bloke is there, go give each other a hug. Hey. Well, we can't hug at the same. Well, come here. Let's hug. You have to scoot over. Okay, scoot. You have to leave. They have to at least see your arms. He doesn't want to show his not. He doesn't want to show his He hasn't had a haircut in a while. He doesn't want to put his face on here. He's like, it's thirst trap news. I don't want to be on there. My bloke. I think I'm gonna start calling you that. My bloke. That's my bloke. I like it. Her mom is so dope. She is definitely coming back to such a beautiful soul. Thank you. I set up a little, I don't know, altar, I guess, with all of her little stuff she left and her crystals that she left that I gave her, and just different little things from her life, and a globe and a butterfly that represents my dad, and I put a thermometer, and I put a fish, and I put something that represents like a light, and I put it in the north window with all her energy and stuff from her room in there, just to keep the energy pointed in her direction and keeping her having a connection to home, at least, you know. And it's in my stairwell window, so like when the sun comes through that window, it like hits all of those earthen sparkly objects, and it just gives this stairwell such a presence. You are genuine, and that is gold. Her mom's yes, that was my goal in my head, was like, well, if she doesn't want to talk to me, then I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to ask God to use this to keep like a wire tethered between her and home, so she knows no matter what has happened, you can always come home. There's nothing to forgive. You can always come home. And just having her feel it in her heart, even through whatever she's going through, and she's got to go through what she's going through. Hell, she's my kid. So it's just something that little tiny heartbeat in the background of the noise, you know. But anyway, enough with the emotional shit. Sorry, guys. Let's get to something spectacular. Bounty Hunter, what's up, Luna? Hey, honey, how you doing? Glad to have you with us. Look at what Candace Owens said today, and I caught it right as it was coming out, and I called my husband, and I was like, I told you. And I kept messaging her, and I was like, girl, don't eat anything you didn't make. Don't let anybody drive you anywhere. Like, check your car. Like, you better be fucking safe. And look at this as she put out today. And if you've been following, Chels knows. Chels has been following her. 2 days ago, she says, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you heard that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they were all placed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassination trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. From what I've been noticing listening to her, I think it's somewhere between 3 and 5. There's one outlier that I'm not sure about. Journalist Xavier Passard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both done and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. Listen to me when I tell you she is not lying. Candace says enough legally to maintain her protection, but if anyone tells her she's lying, she will absolutely prove what she is told, because the fact that she is saying this, look, here's how you call her crazy, doesn't matter. This is one of those situations, folks, where it's like this. I may be wrong. No, wait. I think I'm right. I may be wrong, but even if I'm wrong, I'm still right. This is why I say that. If she puts this out, if she's right, now they can't do it. If she's wrong, no harm, no foul, because she's used to being called crazy. Now, I believe this because the new CEO of Turning Point USA, 3 days after Charlie Kirk died, several of her videos back, she mentioned that he said to her on the phone, it was supposed to be her. She said she didn't take it seriously at first because she thought it was like some sort of bargaining stage of grief with that guy. I cannot remember his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. But I guarantee you, as she's done every single time someone calls her crazy and says that she's lying, she produces the receipts. She doesn't want to die. She's going to show what this person said to the authorities if anyone calls her crazy. I think it's because she's been doing a good job unraveling the web of the deep state. Before Charlie died, and then after Charlie died, it's getting incredibly clear why, for what, how it plays into American politics. And I'm not going to mention the other name, but you have to go back and watch her videos because there's another name that she hasn't mentioned in this. But this is so serious. This is so serious. And this is why I think Marjorie Greene Taylor said there's no plan to save America. Long-term plan. She, I think, also is butthurt because her and Trump are a lot alike. And I don't think she wants to face a challenger. I don't think she wants the work of... I think it's just been very humiliating for her. You know, she should have done what she should have done instead of ever airing her grievances out in public. What she should have done was she should have went to daddy privately. And it's like being in a family. You don't put your dirty laundry on the front porch for everyone to see. If you have grievances with the president, you go talk to the president. You're on the same side. If something terrible he says needs to be exposed, that's a different story. But she honestly should have took her grievances to Trump. That's my opinion. I think she really is scared for her life. She has to say this publicly. I know she knows for a fact that I knew just from knowing what I know, just from the little bit that I listened to Charlie, from the a lot that I've listened to Candace. Because, you know, when Candace first got famous, I was all about her because I was like, finally, we have a black woman saying what needs to be said because I'm half black and I don't like the fucking bullshit. And I was so for her. And then she started seeming like she was a puppet for the establishment. Now I understand why it felt that way. She was being pressured very heavily and she was green on the scene and she was trying to figure out what to do, what's going on, and then like what to do. But I respect the woman. I don't like her personality, but I would go into battle with her. I think that statement says a lot. That's as best as I can explain it. I'd go to battle with her. I don't have to like someone to know they're a good person. And I think that's people with Trump. Fucking Obama was so charming and got a silver tongue and whispered the sweet nothings and had that sauce. Trump doesn't have all that, but he's a much better human being than Obama and Michelle or Michael or whoever the fuck it is. Don't care. They're both pieces of shit. All right. So I'm going to be saying a prayer for Candace Owens. I'm going to be putting a little good juju out in my own way, doing my own little thing to keep her safe. I feel like I've been doing that anyway because I've been keeping her in my thoughts and like talking to the divine about her, like keep her safe. We fucking need her right now. And I don't think it's in the plans for her. I think we need her a little longer. All right. Let's see. Chels, this is the problem for standing up for your rights and opinions. You're putting yourself out there for scrutiny and becoming a target. If you're not willing to die for what you believe, do you believe it? I am. That's why I'm here. Not judging anybody for not being at a place of resolve with that question. But with the state of the world, you are, all of us, no matter your religious or spiritual beliefs, you are all going to have to ask yourself that question. What are you going to die for? Do you want to do it on your terms? Or do you want to be a sheep to the slaughter? You know? Look, if something happens to her, I mean, you know, the rest of us can just keep it up. We just got to keep it up. All right, Bill Burr on babies. Let's do something funny. I love Bill Burr. He's funny.
Pro-choice always makes sense to me because I don't like people telling me what to do. And I always just like, it's your body. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your body? So that always made sense. All right? However, I still think you're killing a baby. See? That's where it gets weird.
I agree. This is the thing about free will and the law of nature. You can fucking murder whoever the hell you want. Should you? No. That's for your society to decide. You can do what you want, but the consequences. I consider it murder after a very, very short window. Like 4 weeks, and that's it. I'm not here to you can make that choice. I'm not here to you may have a very valid reason for what you chose, but that's between you and God. I don't know that. It's not my place to entertain the thoughts. Now, if you've had 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, yeah, I'm probably not going to hang out with you. Not going to be associated with you because you are disgusting and you have no respect for human life.
Baby yet. That's what they say, which may or may not be true. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you, my gut tells me that doesn't make sense.
My
not a
gut.
baby yet. That would be like if I was making a cake and I poured some batter in a pan and I put it in the oven, and then 5 minutes later you came by and you grabbed the pan, you threw it across the floor. And I went, what the fuck? You just ruined my birthday cake. And then
Right.
you're like, well, that wasn't a cake yet. It's like, well, it
Fuck
would
you
have
up.
been.
Right.
If you didn't do what you just did, there would have been a cake in 50 minutes. Something happened to that cake, you cake murdering son of a bitch. Right? Pro-choice always makes...
Brilliant. He's brilliant. There's your argument for everyone, everywhere. If you are pro-life, just do the cake thing. Because you don't even have to be pro-life. You don't have to be either to use the cake analogy. You don't have to be pro-life or pro-choice. I'm honestly, when it comes to other people, I'm nothing. I'm not pro-choice or pro-life because I am not them. I am me. And for me, I am pro-life. I've had an abortion before. It was a very long time ago. My son had just died. Well, not just, but it had been some time, but I had went through that. The person that I had got pregnant by was like it was just, an adult encounter because you're trying to feel something other than pain. And this person went psycho on me, tried to isolate me. I was going through this crazy divorce, not crazy divorce, but we were both addicted because of our son's death, and it was just not good. And yes, I had one, but I was bawling my eyes out in that place to the point where they were like, is someone forcing you to do this? And I was like, no. And they were like, well, we can't do this if you're crying like that. And I was like, that makes sense. And I had to sit there and weigh things out and what I was willing to talk to God about on my deathbed. And I'll tell you this, I'll never have one again. What will that conversation be like when I die? When I'm dying? Well, God knows my broken brain way better than me. And I've been trying to throw this thing away for 20 years. So, all I can do is ask for forgiveness. I can't judge nobody else because here I am, a person that's done it. But I would never do it again. Because what I do know is it ain't that hard to provide for your babies. You just gotta want to. It's hard not to love a baby. It's so innocent. Don't understand those that hurt babies. I cannot understand it. But I love how Bill Barr explains this. It's such a genius way of doing it because it's in comedy and it is an analogy that makes perfect motherfucking sense. It breaks through all of the pious zealotry and on both sides of it, the cultiness on both sides of it. Because literally, if you had a fucking brownie batter in a fucking thing and someone threw it out and you were like, what'd you do to my brownies? And they were like, that's not brownies. You'd literally look at them like they were insane because obviously it was gonna be. It is absolutely the hardest decision. I cried my eyes out. I bawled my eyes out, Chels. I'll say this, honestly, I cannot say that I regret it. I say it does affect me. And I was very speedy with it. So, but I think it makes more sense for people if I tell them my history with this as to why I'm the kind of person where I'm like, I'm not either. I'm not either. That's your life. You decide that and take that to your state house assemblyman. That is not a federal issue. So I don't need to care about you. And Jesus said, it's not my business. So, I've been a shit human being many times in my life. I think that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Maybe it's like a form of redemption. I don't know. All right, y'all. Island murder plot. I don't know what this video is. Like, truly.
Federal prosecutors say the suspects
afraid
didn't
I'm
plan
gonna get
to
banned.
go it alone. In fact, the feds say they plan to recruit people who are homeless in Washington, D.C. to serve on their, quote, expeditionary force and take over a small Haitian island. The grand jury indictment handed up today charges 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle
20?
with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country, as well as a charge of production of child pornography.
So
Record
he
Joe
wanted-
Weisenberg was booked into the Collin County Jail in July.
Hold on. So he wanted a child sex slave commune? Oh, like a commune. He's 20. That was his aspirations at 20? My God. I was still like playing with toys. Like, not like toys like a kid, but you know, I'm being a kid. Like, everything's a toy at 20. You know what I mean?
Prosecutors say he was in the U.S. Air Force at the time. The place they are accused of plotting to invade is called Gonave Island. It is part of the Republic of Haiti. It's not small. In fact, that island has about 87,000 residents. Prosecutors say Weisenberg and Thomas plan to lead that expeditionary force by sailboat to the island, murder the men, take control.
Killuminati, I am also not for abortion for spiritual reasons because I definitely understand what the Bible meant by when God said, I know you, who you are from the day you're conceived, because like zeros and ones were all code. Everything is code. So like the moment your father and mother's DNA meet, like there's the program. So spiritual reasons, like I believe that we inhabit, exist before we inhabit this body. So I don't believe in disrespecting the vessel because you are here for a purpose, and for spiritual reasons, I also believe that is not right. But, I was very sick at that time mentally, so, but it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about not judging other people. You know what I mean?
All of the island and then turn the women into sex slaves, according to prosecutors. The feds say the plan dates back to August of last year. They say Weisenberg enrolled in a Rockwall Fire Academy to learn command and control protocols, but flunked out in February. They say he then traveled to Thailand to learn how to sail, but didn't enroll in the school due to the cost. The feds say Thomas, meanwhile, enlisted in the Air Force in January and in March changed his station assignment from Germany to Maryland to better coordinate the invasion and recruit the homeless population in D.C. Federal prosecutors say the suspects didn't plan to go it alone. In fact, the feds say they planned to recruit
where they would be stationed. Dude, oh my God, this is like utter psychosis. This is a dual psychosis. These boys are in love with each other. I bet you they banging. I bet you those two dudes are banging each other. That is fucking weird, man. There are so many fucking sick people. See, that takes it a bit further for me. That's like, I have no problem talking about a pedophile. I don't judge other people, but I'll damn sure judge a pedophile. Fuck you all the way. Don't care. You can die. So glad that Florida made it a capital offense. You'll die in my state if you harm a child sexually. Cha-ching. Just because of that and what I went through in my life as a child, I love DeSantis. I don't care about all the other stuff. And if I'm challenged on that in the political arena, this is what I'll say to them. The reason why I support him is just because he wants to put to death pedophiles. He's the only one that's had the balls to fucking do it. You got a medal. Exactly. Exactly, John. Beavis and Butthead. Great reference. Ooh, Chels, I'd love to know that song. Danny, I can tell you that I've definitely prayed about it. My soul feels okay now about that situation, which is why I say I'm okay. I understand what you're saying, and I think you might be right. Because it was, yeah. We can talk more on the side. Oh, sorry. The next video is what I meant to say. Is Trump cucks Mom Dami. Okay, so hold on, wait. I posted a video where I was like, are y'all as surprised as I am about this meeting? I was genuinely surprised. I thought Mom Dami was going to be as bold as he was in his campaign videos. A lot of fucking idiots on the internet misinterpreted me and thought I was surprised because of Trump. I was not surprised because of Trump. At the end of the video, I said, I'm glad you got along with Mom Donnie. It's another reason why people thought I was surprised with Trump. And they were like, how dare you like that he's getting along with him? I'm like, you know what? Good. Because I want Trump to get along with our enemies. Because when it's time to make deals, it's more likely to go in Trump's favor. He's a dude. If you're in the customer service industry, car sale, any sort of industry where you have to get people to like you, you understand the value in what he's doing. I'm a hairdresser by trade. My degree is in psychology. But my trade that got me through all that was hair. I understand needing people to trust you. If you want things to go your way, they need to fucking trust you. And then if they're going to trust you, they got to like you. So we need to let Daddy Trump do his thing, because Daddy Trump plays 5D chess. Daddy Trump plays like Las Vegas poker.
You referred to President Trump as a despot who had betrayed the country. You said you would be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve the relationship?
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions and our views. And what I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers.
And I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting. Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to working together. Yeah.
He asked about your comment.
Look, what?
On the president a fascist.
Why?
And your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Mm-hmm. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
This is why... This is how I am with people. If I fucking know you want to say, go ahead and say it. It's fine. You can say whatever you want to say about me. It's fine. You did say it. I know you said it. You're allowed to say you said it. Mom Donnie did not know what to do with that. I've always loved Trump because I get Trump, because I think like Trump. I understand him. That is something I would have done. It's okay. You can say yes. It's fine. Because what did I say earlier in the show? You can call me a nigger. I don't give a fuck. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. Don't make it real. Don't care. That is exactly. But my video, that's why I said at the end, I'm glad you got along with him. He owned him. He owned him. Owned him. He said, it's fine. You can say it. That's how I am with people. Women don't know what to do with me. It's on me if I get along with a woman or not. Same thing, someone was like, you're too cute for politics. And I'm like, yeah, you don't know me. Yep. But I also like the fact that he stuck up for him too in that meeting. He was also like, let him take a fucking plane. This man's trying to run New York City. You want him to take a train? By the way, is it that more let's do the math. How many people on a plane? How many people on a train? Is it that much more green to take a train? It is? I don't know. I don't know anything about trains. To me, it seems slower. Like, how do they power train? Isn't it? How do they power trains? I don't even know how they power trains anymore. Really? I did not know that. I don't know anything about trains. They're looking at me like I'm retarded over here. They were like, trains are exponentially greener. And I'm just like, oh. Yeah, but like how many? It's on a 30-minute flight with 200, 100 people, 50, 75. I don't know, 50 to 100 people on a flight. On a 30-minute flight. How are trains powered today? Is it electric? You're trying to tell me trains use momentum? Once they get going, yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Like, I don't know why you're looking at me with this crazy smile on your face and these eyes like I'm stupid. But that's the way you're looking at me. Because I said I don't know anything about trains. That's why I'm asking. Like, I have no anything. I don't know if I'm not. Obviously, I know they don't use coal because, like, you would see that shit. That's loud as fuck, too. But, like, I don't know how they're powered. I thought they were electric. But at the same time, electric isn't necessarily greener because there's a whole way we get our electricity. So, sorry, y'all. I was getting a little freaking sassy there for a second because I don't. Yeah. All right. Big ass cat. How much you think that cat weighs? Oh, God. That cat's as big as her whole upper body. I've seen these cats. These are Maine Coons, and they're like overbred because a Maine Coon is not this big. But yes, I have seen that there are several tens of them in existence, but they're over, or maybe 100. I'm not sure. I think it's under 100, but it's a breeder who's overbreeding them, the Maine Coon, to be huge. So yes, that cat they do it by selective breeding over generations. So you just keep the biggest litter mate, breed it to another biggest litter mate, and you keep that process going over and over. You just keep the biggest ones, but you balance the structure, keep them structurally correct, but you keep going for size, and this is what happens. I'm a dog breeder, so not like in the PETA way. I'm not a puppy mill. It's not my source of income. It's a hobby. That's a dog cat. Maine Coons are like dog cats, actually. They are so chill. And I have a part Maine Coon, and she doesn't run from the front door. She acts like a dog, like a guard dog. She'll run towards it at strangers like she's about to do something. And then one time I came down the stairs all fast, and she like ran towards me to like, and I was like, you are a guard cat. Good girl. That cat is huge. Maybe no, it's a Thundercat. Thundercat. There's a bassist named Thundercat. How long have I been married? I've been married for 12 years. What, you could tell? Rob the Mohican ass. I know. Yes, John, that is a fact. It's the shock factor. Unfortunately, I do know what Thundercats are, but did you know there's a bassist named Thundercat? So, I do know that this is a thing. Breeders will breed for like shock value, what brings them like the biggest dollar, because like that fluffy Frenchie, that's a whole abomination. Don't get me started. 3 presidential cycles, he said. Congratulations, bro. It ain't easy. Marriage ain't easy. It's tough. It's a choice every day sometimes. You know, like once the newness goes down and it goes away and it's, you know, now you're used to each other and, you know, everybody's got their idiosyncrasies and their nuance and like, and then they're just past. You got to think about it too. Like when you get married young, you don't even have the wisdom to like even truly even understand your childhood. Like you don't process it until there's distance between you and your childhood because you're just living in your childhood, living in the moment, teen, so ready to get to an adult. And then you're like going through the adult years and then like some point like through your 30s, you know, let's just say you're getting married in your 20s. There's just like this moment where you're like there's this assessment of like your early life. And then you realize like what you contribute to the relationship, not just positively, but negatively, and your spouse as well. And the things that are annoying about them tend to start sticking out way more because nothing's new and exciting anymore. Everything's routine. And I think it's really hard for people to get through years 7 to 12 because the things that you don't like, that you don't want to deal with, that they'll never change because you can't change anybody. You can't change another person. We only change ourselves. No one changes us. It's us that do it. They may be a catalyst or a factor, but you're hitting that point where you're just like, this person is not going to change. If you can get through that chunk of years making that choice like every day, you're not going to do it perfect. Some days you are cursing the ground you walk on and the air you breathe. Some days you're like, you know, but at the end of that day, you still be choosing to keep working on it, no matter how ugly it gets. And I think that's what love really is. I think we have a Hollywood version in our head of like being in love. I think for women, that's a huge pill to swallow that we have to go through like through our 30s because Hollywood and religious texts present this like feng shui that doesn't exist. And real actual love is, no, I don't like you, but I'm going to be here. If you feel like for a period, you know, and love is like seasons. Sometimes it's spring, sometimes it's winter, sometimes it's summer, sometimes it's fall. Summer are wild and out months. Winter are the months you don't want to sleep in the same room. Like it's just, but you still choose to be there and wait for the next season to come in. And I think that's really what love is. You know what I mean? Luna should be Chitara for Halloween. I don't know. Chitara. Oh, Thundercats. Yeah, I never really like watched it. I just know of it. Yeah, but y'all can't live without each other. It shows with you. I can tell you have each other's back. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, we would beat face, like crush skulls for each other. That's for sure. Let's see. Anthony says hello, troublemaker. Hey, Anthony. Quite an entrance. Welcome, welcome. We're on the last video. Can't believe how long this stream has gone. I cannot believe how deep it's been the whole time. It's been good. All right, last video. Here we go. Y'all have been awesome. Snake prank.
Stevie, behind you. Behind you.
God damn it!
I would so do that to somebody if I could. They gotta deserve it though. That would not have worked on me because I would have seen the belly going up.
Oh, watch out, watch out. Olin, watch out.
He didn't even.
Nice!
He said,
Oh, what the fuck is that?
This is so mean. Oh my god. Oh, he jumped off the.
Stevie, behind you.
No. God damn it. Oh. Ouch. These fucking guys. There is nothing better than watching a man act like that. Oh man. And another thing that's terrible but hilarious, and we always feel guilty for laughing about it as women, is seeing you guys get kicked in the balls. I don't know why that is so funny, but it's terrible. I know it. But this is great. Seeing men act like total pussies in a fun, like in a natural way, not a bitch way. It's like fucking hysterical. Heart attack material. I would just reach down and catch it. I had a snake for a pet. I've also eaten snake, rattlesnake. It's very good. Rob says the honeymoon wears off after 3 years. That's when the aliens come down and take the woman you marry and replace her. Hey, we can say the same thing for y'all. No, that is not true at all. No, it ain't. You guys go so hard when you're dating us, and then you can't keep it up. Don't do all that. Just fucking, if you can't keep that shit up, don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all better be yourselves. Everybody, her and him. Because, hey, be your total selves. Give them the chance to walk the fuck away. If you can't shake them off, that's the one that loves you, folks. On that note, it's been a long one tonight, but we chilled, man. It was cool. Because the last several were only an hour. It was just that vibe tonight. And you guys were fucking troopers, man. I watched some people with way more followers than I am. I watched their lives, and it ain't as deep as mine. So I fucking love all of y'all from the bottom of my fucking heart. Thanks for being there with me through that emotional spell. Glad that I can, I'm getting a little army out there with me, side by side, putting out what we need to put out, keeping America first. Remember, thirst trap news and all that shit, like to be cute, joke, whatever. America first. That's what my channel's about, baby. If you believe in that, share this shit everywhere, man. All these long episodes, you gotta share them out. Go to YouTube and share them out. We gotta get people to see conservatives ain't weirdos. We ain't all this, man. We just have standards, you know what I mean? Standards that result in love for neighbor. All right. I love all of you. Please have a good night. I will see you tomorrow for the subscriber only nightcap edition. See you tomorrow. Good night.